Hello, welcome to July's edition of the Monitoring Academy newsletter. My name is Mark Leftwich. I'm here with my colleague Shaun Rodger.
Hi guys.
So, as you're probably used to now, as we pushed out a few of these, we're going to give you all the top hits for videos, DCFs, DW answers and blogs. The idea of this newsletter is just to give you a 10-minute video with condensed updates from the month. It's to make sure you've got all the top notifications and all the hot stuff you need to know to make sure your monitoring environments are running properly. So, as normal, we're going to kick off today with the top videos. Now, the first one you can see on screen behind us is looking at 8.13, so the new version of monitoring. This is setting up a hybrid gateway so you can actually input data from a V8 monitoring environment into your current V6 and create a hybrid. It's very well presented by Caterina Perry and our Italian team, and I'd definitely recommend you take a look at that. You're probably looking at V8 maybe in your dev and test environments at the moment, so setting up a hybrid is probably quite a nice way to play with live data you've got and also the new V8 technology. So next on the list, I believe that one's yours.
It is. The next one is for those of you out there who are using IT Cam. Specifically, this is IT Cam for J2E, and this is a video that talks you through what you need to do, how you need to set up your environment if you want to monitor Tomcat V8. It's actually a very good video, very in-depth. Definitely recommend it if this is something you're looking to do in your environment. So after that, I believe we've got one more video, which is about tracing.
Yeah, so the top 3 videos we picked here is just the ones that have got the most views in the month or most relevant topic-wise. So O'Neill in the UK team built this video. This is of how to set up Java tracing on a tech browser client. Now, a lot of the time when you're doing tech browser tracing, support asks you for traces. It's very hard to restart components or change things in your environment. Some of you don't have admin access, for instance, to your consoles. So this video by O'Neill shows you how to pop it up in a little console box on your screen, which involves no actual changes to your system. When you finish running your test on the machine, all you have to do is click copy on the little Java box that popped up and you can paste it into a text file, send it straight into support, and hopefully that will get us what we need to be able to help you. So it's a good little video to hopefully save you a little bit of time in change requests and get us what we need as well.
That must have been very cool functionality. It's definitely something I'm going to be having a play with myself.
Okay, next up today, we're going to be looking at the top blogs from the last month. These ones have got a lot of traction out there by you guys taking views, and we've also added a few that we think are very topical for issues we're seeing coming in through PMRs. So the first one we're going to look at is about IT Cam for transactions.
It is indeed. So this is for you folks out there who are using IT Cam for T. This is specifically the robotic response time with RPT. We've got a blog that goes through some best practices stuff. It covers the kind of versions you should be looking at, the architecture you should be looking at. It's a really good informative blog, and that's by our colleague Eric.
Yeah. So the next one we're going to be looking at, and this is a problem I would say is wider than MQ, even though this blog is specifically for MQ. It's about collecting data that you don't need. So ITM seems to be like a toy at Christmas. You get it, you turn everything on because you want all the features, you want all the data. When you start looking at it from a business perspective, do you really need all of that data? So the more you can cut out, the better throughput and performance you're going to get through ITM. So this blog is specifically looking at MQ data, and it breaks down all of the different data types, data collection, sampled versus live, all those sort of things that are going on. It explains it very, very well, and it gives you a chance to maybe evaluate, do you really need that data in your environment?
All right, moving on from that one, the next one is specifically about the IBM Tivoli log file agent. If this is something that you're starting to look at, thinking of deploying into your environment, this is a really good one for you to take a look at. This covers installation of the agent and basic configuration. So if you're looking to just start with this, check this one out.
Yeah, it's really well step-by-step on that one, so it's good if you're even just starting in the particular agent. Next on the list, we've got a blog from Sandra Jones in the UK team. This one is well worth reading. This is all of the IF fixes that have been released on top of FixPack 6 for 6.3. Sandra has nicely broken them down with APAR numbers, what the description of each of the problems are, and a little link so you can go off and find more information about them. If you're running FixPack 6, it's worth having a look at this. The fixes are available right now for you to download directly from Fix Central, so do take a look at that one, as it might save you a bit of pain in the future.
Last this month, we have another agent blog. Basically, this is one with the Linux OS agent, where you run across an issue where for some reason the watchdog process doesn't start. It's a good little blog. If you've hit this problem before, it covers the symptoms you need to look for to verify the problem and some steps for remediation. That one is from Debbie Shepard in the US. And I realized I forgot to say who the other one was by. That was by Gregor, one of our colleagues in the agent team.
Yeah, so thank you for those engineers that produce the blogs, and hopefully that will help you guys out there that are running the environment. Okay, next on the agenda, we've got product updates and notifications. So this is anything from the flashes, DCFs, maybe alerts from level 3 that have come out. We've combined them all into one simple little list to make sure you haven't missed anything this month. The first one I believe you were going to cover, Shaun.
Yeah, this is a problem with the agent builder, and what we've basically identified, some people logging PMRs going, I'm getting these odd errors when I'm generating an agent in the agent builder. What do they mean? And the short answer is they actually don't mean anything. These are harmless errors, they can be ignored. The tech note goes into a little more detail, so if you've run into this, well worth checking out, but just understand you don't need to worry about them, everything will work just fine.
Yeah, there's a few of these in general in the ITM products where they look potentially like a little bit like an error message in the log. They're mainly just the subcomponents of the code running through, and they're just logging little bits to make sure things are working correctly. If anything's maybe not working quite as it should, but is correcting, you may still get an error message, even though technically it means nothing because it's fixed itself. It's just so if we go back through the logs of support and look at something, we can know something may have happened and corrected itself along the way. Next up then, we've got a good little tech note that's been released on this one. This is for Megamon for XE users. This is showing all the releases and upgrade paths based on what version you're on. So it's a nice big long table. It has all the product codes, comp IDs, everything you might need to search on, and it shows very easily how you can get one version and jump to the next. So that's number 2. Number 3.
Number three. I am pleased to finally be able to say I wasn't allowed a fanfare, but yay. We finally have a release of Cognos 10.2.2 for TCR 3.1. Been a long time coming, a lot of you have been asking for it. I'm really, really pleased to be able to say it's now available. There's a new version of Jazz that's available for download. Because this is not being released as just a fix pack, but basically an upgrade, you're going to have to get this through Passport Advantage. It is not on Fix Central, so please don't go looking there. The blog that we're going to link to also includes the part code that you need to go and search for so you can find it. So this is an upgrade to Cognos BI 10.2.2 Fix Pack 4. It's available now.
Yeah, and as Shaun said, this is on Passport Advantage only this time. So for any reason, if you're searching when you look through the blog and the component reference and you don't see it, work with your account teams. They're the ones that can enable that for you based on your licenses. So if you can't see it, give your account team a little quick win.
Yeah, please don't log a PMR for this. There's nothing support can do to help you out with this. It's an entitlement, a licensing issue. You have to speak to your account team.
Next up on the list, this is the APARs. So this is all the APARs that have been released in the last 4 to 5 weeks. We've taken the top 8 to 10 every month and we've put them in a list here just so you can see what may impact your environment. Our colleague Jens is actually going to run through this with you. He's doing this live from Germany, so obviously you can just observe him behind me here.
Hello. In our monthly IBM monitoring newsletter, we will inform you about interesting and new tech notes and APARs. I will share you my favorites of this month with you. I will start with an APAR. This APAR is for remote deployment of agents. The APAR number is the IV85463. Allows user to specify a complete installation timeout. In some cases, remote deployment synchronize queries to targets endpoints may time out as a result of an endpoint performance issue. Notably, the complete install query, which is used by the TEMS to terminate whatever an update has completed, will only wait the IRA default timeout of 50 seconds for a result set response to this query. This update will change the timeout to the value of the environment variable SQL_timeout 600 seconds rather than the default 50 seconds. The next APAR is about the SPA agent, the summarization and pruning agent. The APAR number is the IV83437. The summarization pruning agent doesn't add monthly or yearly partitions to the database. The computation of the number of monthly and yearly partitions that are required to be added to the database server tables is incorrect. As a result, new partitions are not added to the database to contain aggregated data. At the moment, there is only a workaround available. You need to manually create the necessary partitions that you are missing. And the final and the last APAR for this month is a Linux OS agent APAR. It's the IV84786. slow response times for Linux disk queries. The Linux OS agent by default monitors all file system types. There are options only to execute NFS or CIFS types. It did not provide any options to filter out auto-specific types. In server configurations, where there are a huge number of file systems, the disk data collection may become extremely slow and would be useful to filter out the file system types that are not needed. This APR is still open and is affected to all Linux OS agent versions and does not depend on the Linux OS versions. This was from this month from my time. Many thanks and watching this video. See you next month.
Thanks so much, Jens. So that is all the APRs from the last month. Moving on, we have the top answers from DW Answers. So these are the ones that have been getting the most hits, the most likes, the most upvotes. The first of these is for TCR3121, and this is covering a specific error regarding metadata. Now, this is something we don't have a local workaround for this, but we have acknowledged it as a defect. We do have an APR open for it, and we're going to be looking to get you a code fix sometime soon.
Yeah, so the next one up, this is a question posted by one of our engineers actually in support. It's mainly a bit of awareness for you guys out there. So this one is if you're actually using CMS duper equals yes and using situation overrides, they sort of counter each other from a technical perspective underneath. So this DW Answers explains why they counter each other and why you don't need them if you're using situation overrides. It can cause sometimes some unexpected situations to fire. So if you are seeing some random situations popping up and you do have both duper and override in use, maybe this is one for you to take a quick look at. Okay, and the last on the list here. So this one is looking at ITCAM for ISM. A question was posted as, can ISM actually look for IP addresses that are not used within a pool? ISM was not designed to do that, unfortunately. It can only track and pull data from IPs that are in use. So good question for the person that posted it out there, but unfortunately that's not the way the product's designed. So again, in case you weren't aware of that, it might be something that helps you. Right, well I think that's it from me. Anything more from you?
No, I think that's it for another month.
Yeah, so thank you very much for watching this month's video. Obviously you've got the past few months' videos now on YouTube, and also we've embedded them in blogs on the APM feeds. So do check those out as well, because even though they're 1 or 2 months old now, they're still very, very relevant to what's going on in the ITM world. If you've got any questions or comments, please feel free to post below and we'll get back to you shortly. Thanks again.
Bye guys.
Thank you for watching this video at the IBM Monitoring Academy. We appreciate your feedback, so please feel free to use the comments box below. We'd also love you to check the thumbs up box if you appreciated this video. We have added several helpful links to the YouTube comments box below so you can find all our other content on social media. I would definitely recommend that you check out the blogs on DevWorks. Take care.